Alright guys, welcome to the video. In this video, we're going to be comparing two kayak motors. We're going to be comparing the Watersnake T24 and the Newport Vessels 36 pound thrust kayak series and see how they fit in the pod mount, the YAKGADET pod mount for the BONAFIDE SS 127. We're not going to be doing any water testing today. This is just simply going to be a fitment video. I have the trolling motors over there. I'll show them to you in a second. I have tried to fit a 65 pound thrust Haswing motor in here. It was just too big. It was simply too big. So if you guys have an SS127 with the pod mount YAKGADET, don't even try the Haswing. It fits, but it's too bulky, man. It's meant for a bigger setup, maybe a different mount, but not with the pod mount. So let me take you over to the trolling motors. Alright guys, you can see the trolling motors right here. As you can tell, the Watersnake is a lot smaller. The Newport Vessels a lot bigger. I can tell you the Newport Vessels is a lot heavier. But I want to fit them and see which one fits better, and go over some of the pros and cons. But there are the boxes. I'm going to get these opened up and then I'll get back with you. Alright guys, this is a side-by-side comparison of the two motors. Both of them have 24-inch shafts. I believe the Newport Vessels weighs about 23 pounds, while the Watersnake weighs about 6 pounds. Big difference right there. But I just want to give you a little side-by-side view. And then I will hold them up just to kind of demonstrate their size and go over the pros and cons real quick. And we'll see how they fit, which one fits better into the yak. Alright guys, Newport Vessels 36 pound thrust kayak series. It is hot out here. I am sweating. I apologize. Alright, let's go over some of the pros. Obviously 36 pounds of thrust. That is, it has 12 more pounds of thrust than the Watersnake. It has 5 speeds. The Watersnake only has high and low, forward and reverse. This has 5 forward and 3 reverse. So a lot more variable speed on this one. This also has the LED battery indicator. Watersnake does not. One pro I've also seen with these is their propeller is a little more sturdy, a little more rugged than the Watersnake, right? So better propeller, but this is heavy, man. I feel like I'm holding Thor's hammer right here, like very, of course they're heavy on the bottom, but this is not going to be as fun to tote around. But what attracted me to this was the variable speeds. And again, if you're going to be in wind and current, you want that thrust. So this is 12 more pounds of thrust. So that's the Newport Vessels. Alright guys, we got the Watersnake T24 transom mount. I mean, first pro right off the bat, you could just tell the way I'm holding this that this is easy to carry. This is easy to put in your car. This is easy to load and unload. It's more balanced. That one is the Newport Vessels is very bottom heavy. This one's, I could carry this no problem. Super light. One of the cons is you just have high and low, and you have forward and reverse. A lot of people can install a PWM. I may or may not do that depending on how big of a deal it is. If I want the more variable speed, we'll see. The propeller is a con, plastic propeller. I have it right over here. I mean, if you just look up reviews on this, the propeller, that is the main concern that people have. But I will say, it's nice. This looks nice. I thought it was gonna be a little cheap little piece of junk toy, but it's nice, man. It's nice. It looks good, feels good. So now we're gonna get them attached and see which one fits better. But also another con of this one is it's only 24 pounds versus 36. So there's that. But it's so small. What do you expect? Alright guys, as you can see, the Newport Vessels is on. That's how it fits. So As far as height, it's not going to really interfere with your casting, which is why I wanted the shorter shaft. Fits okay. It is big. You have to angle it when you put it in, but I don't know if you guys notice, if you look at the motor, it's actually at a slight angle. I mean, it's probably going to work, but it's at an angle. Of course, I have not changed the direction of the propeller yet. I'm just testing fitment right now. It's at a slight angle, and that's because this transom mount, it doesn't fit perfectly flush. And I had the same problem with the Haswing. Now, some people may say I'm installing it wrong. I don't think, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Maybe I'm an idiot. But that little bit of curvature, that little bit of light that you can see right in between, I believe causes that to sit a little bit crooked. Probably wouldn't affect performance too much, who knows. Stability's fine. It's in there pretty good. So that's a Newport. I will say it was a little difficult to finally get attached, but again, once you get it attached to this YAKGADET mount, you can just leave it on there. There's no reason to take it on and off every time. So that's the fitment of the Newport. Now let me show you guys the Watersnake. Alright guys, this is the Watersnake T24. As you can see, fits really nice. If you zoom in right here, right in this area, you can see there's no gap right here in the transom mount. It fits a lot more snug than the Newport Vessels did. Now, one thing I would like to point out that is a big pro here is that this motor is so light, you can easily do on-the-go adjustments. So, say you're fishing, you want to drop down a little deeper, you do that. Alright? Now you're going to come up to a shallow area. With one hand, you know, you can pull up, lift it up. It's so light, it's easy to adjust. Also, a thing to note, these cables do fit right up under here if you want to put your battery in the hatch without drilling any holes, and it latches down so your battery won't go anywhere. I'll probably run my motor somewhere around this height. I think that's comfortable. You got plenty of space to fish. In my opinion, the fitment for the YAKGADET pod mount for an SS127, the Watersnake T24, is the way to go. You do lose 12 pounds of thrust, but what you lose in thrust, you make up for in fitment and convenience of just toting this motor around. It's super light. It's just easy to carry. This thing right here is big. It's bulky. You're not going to be able to adjust it on the water. You're going to add weight to your kayak. So I'm going to be going with the Watersnake T24. You know, some people might disagree with me. If I'm in wind or current, I'll just paddle and assist myself, but this fitment is just too good. It just seems like this YAKGADET pod was designed to hold this Watersnake. So the Watersnake it is, man. I really like this. I'll just buy extra propellers in case those propellers break or crack. But that's it. Leave a comment down below. That's my comparison of the Watersnake and the Newport Vessels kayak for fitment on the BONAFIDE SS127. Thanks for watching.
Let me turn this off.